And now, the Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Let's
Big
go.
D and Bubba, they have a show 5 days a week, but they don't get to say everything that's on their mind, so they have an extra one. That's how we get the podcast. The podcast. The Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Actually, I like
That's a
this
little
one.
different. I like that. Well, 1950s kind of throwback kind
very
of
nice.
feel. Yeah, what's nice.
Hey, Kanan.
Hey
How are
guys,
you?
that's freaking awesome. Who did that?
We don't know. Some little robot slave in China.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it was-
Talented robot.
Those the Uyghur slaves in China.
Well,
yeah.
they're very cheap. So
Man,
And good.
dude, AI is crazy. So we do this thing where every week we have a different. We don't know what the jingle is going to be to open up the show every week.
you
Yeah.
just talk. You prompt it and it spits it out.
Yeah, and it just kind of.
that was a good one, man.
It's the same lyrics. It's just different. Oh, by the way,
Okay.
it's Kanan Smith.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
Kanan.
So
Thanks for
it's
having
the
me,
same-
boys.
Yeah,
What
you know,
up?
yeah. So it's the same lyrics, but it's just it changes
Yeah.
different. The out is always the same.
I've actually done that with a couple of my songs, and it's a sad day when you get one-upped by an AI computer.
Some of
Because
them,
I put in the lyrics to Beer Drinking Weather and said do it like this or whatever, and it was a better melody than what we did.
Are you kidding
I
me?
swear it was amazing, and the production, everything was just like holy.
Okay, so I have a question. This
Doing it
is
all
interesting as somebody who writes songs and whatnot.
Yeah.
If AI rips off a melody from somebody, which I don't know if they have or haven't,
I
I'm
don't know
sure
either.
there's only a
I'm
certain
sure,
number of
right,
chords.
Sure.
If AI rips off a melody or a style and makes it close enough, like almost like the what was it, the Robin Thicke, Marvin Gaye type thing, where they had the lawsuit,
Sure.
who do they sue?
That's a good question, dude. I don't know, and I don't know that it is a crime if it never gets if it's never sold, right? Yeah. So if there's no monetary value to it, then it's probably not a problem. But you're asking the wrong guy. I don't know.
Yeah,
It is a scary thing to think about, though, just how easily they're writing songs for you. And I haven't seen it in the writing rooms yet, but you know, I mean, just my own experience of trying my own lyrics in a song that's already been out. I'm not kidding. It was pretty impressive.
Well, we
does
did
that?
we did that with Low Cash. They were in, and we took their song "Hometown Home," and we plugged it in while they were in here doing the podcast with us. And we were like, let's try this version. Let's do Hawaiian reggae with a
I
female
bet it was some
vocalist.
cool stuff.
And it
It
was
was.
totally
Yeah.
changed
Oh,
their
they really-
song
yeah.
completely. And they're like, man, this is
It's
this
a
is
producer. I
scary.
mean, it's essentially like you could use it as inspiration. I'm not a fan of the take it and run with it, but using it for inspiration. I'll give you an example. I did I did this 30-second commercial, video commercial for a camper company called Modern Buggy, and I wanted to kind of write the script myself for the narrative, right? For the what do you call it in film?
Voiceover?
Yeah, the voiceover. So, but I don't do that for a living. I didn't know where to start. So I'll admit, I got on Chat GPT. Is it GBT or GPT?
GPT.
Chat GPT, and I typed in, I need a commercial narrative for this, that, and the other. And now I did get inspired. I didn't use word for word what they said, but there were elements that they had thought of how to present my message in a way that I wasn't thinking of, and it was inspiring enough to be very useful, a very useful tool. So I don't have a problem with it as far as inspiration, using it as a tool in the bag. The problem is when it becomes lazy on our part and the creativity suffers because of it.
Look at the essays and things that are coming out of high school kids. You have a high school senior. No, this is brilliant. They'll go, okay, write a synopsis of The Great Gatsby, but write it from the perspective of a ninth grade boy.
You're kidding.
And then it'll do an essay
You're
written
kidding
as a ninth grade with all the spelling errors and all
how's
the
there
things.
any way to check it? How's there any, because it's different every time. It's not like you can go and search that
But
result.
it's also brilliant to say as though it was written by a ninth grade boy,
Completely
because
brilliant.
then it makes it
Yeah.
dumbs it down.
dude,
it's not too good.
School, yeah, the workload for these kids now then is completely cut in half.
If
or
they don't
less.
learn how to code, they're all going to be idiots by the time they. I mean, seriously,
It's crazy, man.
You've got to start doing
How
something
funny!
because
How quickly do things change? I mean, my generation, You know,
They don't have to
we
do
didn't know
math.
nothing about that.
You don't have to do math anymore. I watched my son do math homework, and he holds his little
not
thing
even a
up,
thing anymore.
and he holds up to the to the camera, up to the project or
Come on.
the question, and it does it all for him, and it shows the work. And so all you have to do is just copy what the app
That's
says.
bizarre and
You're-
very opportunist of your son.
You're in a weird your generation is you kind of straddle
Yeah.
both. You're kind of our generation, but also the
Right.
newer generation.
What am I, an X? What is an X? I'm a
So
82.
You're
so I
born in
don't-
1982. Yeah, you're
You're
in
an
that.
elder millennial.
a millennial. Okay.
Yeah,
elder
because I was
millennial.
81, so
Millennial.
I'm in the same group
All
with
right.
you. So yeah.
Yeah, both of you guys have
Elder.
that kind of that weird like. Bob and I are both kind of all in
Okay.
millennial, but you guys are whatever.
There's
It's-
also a group
we're
between
Gen
like
X,
78
dude. Oh, Gen
and
X, I'm sorry.
83 that's called Zennial.
Okay.
And
I like that because
it's got, as you mentioned, the older part, but also some millennial.
that feels more
tendencies.
me. I'm a zennial.
Zennial.
Yeah.
You don't want to say geriatric, whatever we said.
Elder.
I'm an elder zennial.
Elder Zennial.
Okay, I'm looking. Yeah, because somebody was okay. So yeah, I now have it. So we have the Gen X is anybody born from 65 to 80. Millennials is 81 to 96.
Oh wow.
Then you got Gen Z, which is 97 to 2012. Gen Alpha, 2011 to 2024. Gen Beta starts this year.
Oh wow. So my kids are alpha. I got two in the alpha category.
That gen is going to be crazy because of their dependence upon screens. They're like,
Oh.
I mean,
Oh, yeah?
even
Yeah,
like
that's something we have to monitor pretty hard.
even Garrett. Garrett, what are you? You're a
I think I'm Gen Z, right?
What year are you born?
98.
Yeah, you're Gen Z. You're an elder Gen Z.
that's
But
great.
yeah, so I mean, you guys, you had screens basically your whole life too.
Yeah, I was using AIM when it first came out as like a 5-year-old. Probably wasn't a
Wow.
great
Oh,
idea.
you say AIM, not AIM.
I know we
See,
said
this
AIM,
is-
didn't
this
we?
Is,
Yeah.
This is this discrepancy that we're
I
talking
remember those
about.
days. You used to get an actual CD disc, a ROM disc or whatever in the mail,
Oh, the AOL ones,
and it would
Yeah.
be 30 free minutes of internet time. You know,
Oh yeah,
the dial-up days.
dial up. Yeah, you had to tell your mom get off the phone.
Yeah, that's right, dude. That's right. It was
You know, Bubba's mom was one of You remember Napster?
oh yeah,
His mom
And
was
LimeWire?
she was ripping stuff off of Napster back in the day.
I was
So
too.
my mom was, my parents both were early adopters, like tech heads. I mean, when I was growing up, we had every video game console that was new. We were the first family that I knew of in our neighborhood to have a computer in the house.
Bizarre.
And and we were not rich or anything, but my
What kind of
parents.
computer was it? Like a
It was a
gateway?
Tandy.
Tandy.
It was a Tandy
Woo!
TRS
Oh, sucks.
80 something or
God, dude,
other.
we had a TRS too. Yeah, man, we
It was,
did.
and we didn't even have the good one with the green little stuff on the screen. Everything on ours was
orange.
orange.
Oh
yeah.
let's go.
But like
Oh,
so.
yeah.
But my dad was always like, yeah, you gotta be ahead of the game so you're not
Smart.
behind. And so we were.
And now look at you over there, man in the station. You know what you're doing.
Dude, I am so dumb now.
Sounds like your dad
I'm
knew what he was
very
doing.
reliant on all this stuff now. But
Well,
I forgot where we were going.
oh,
with
sorry, I
that.
interrupted.
No,
Your
it's
dad said
okay.
you gotta be well versed in the tech
Yeah,
stuff.
whatever it was. I don't know.
Oh, jeez. Sorry.
No, it's good.
Anyway, but it's just bizarre
He said
because and I find it's interesting because there are some people now, especially like Garrett's generation, they're going, hey, you know what? We don't need all these screens. And they're starting to
Yeah, it's like a revolt against it now, which
they're
is cool.
going back to old school
Yeah.
Nokia phones.
That's awesome.
Yep.
We need it so bad. I need it. My wife and I are totally addicted to Instagram. I hate it, but I'll admit it. And it's not cool to like sit there and realize, like, I'll try to monitor myself a little bit, but I definitely find myself reaching for my phone literally every about 30 seconds just to see if something's happened. See if I got a text, get on Insta real quick, make sure there's no new messages or whatever. You know, it's just like an addiction that's completely unnecessary.
I often will take my phone and I'll put it, like during the show, I put it behind me so I don't grab for it. And so it's behind me and I don't see the little screen light
Yeah.
up. So it says, oh, you have a notification.
But didn't your watch go off though?
I turned all the notifications off
There you go.
because I
Then
had
what's the
to.
point of having the watch then?
Because so the reason I got this watch was back in the firefighter days. Sometimes the alarm would go off. You have to jump on the truck, and I would leave my phone in the firehouse. And if I was
Fair
going
enough.
to a fire, I was married at the time. I used to always like to send a text before I would go into something squirrely, and I'd be like, "Hey, we're blah blah blah, just letting you know, I love you," kind of thing, and boom.
Like your last words or something?
Yeah,
Dude.
like just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Man.
it was always you never know. You
How long
never
were you
know.
a firefighter?
8, 10 years, something like that. I don't know.
But where at? Where were you?
Williamson.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but
You saw some things.
yeah,
no
it was
doubt. Dude.
yeah, it was cool. It was really. I mean, I say this to anybody who's ever thought about it. If you've ever considered doing it, do it. It's very rewarding, very fulfilling. You see stuff that you never thought you would ever see, good and bad.
Wow.
And you get to be a part of things.
What was the
and
training
make-
like?
It was good.
It was pretty hard.
I would imagine.
I remember you're like, "Down."
The hardest part for me, though, was learning the dumb stuff like knots. I never grew up making knots. I mean, I know how to tie a fishing line. But, like, you're having to do things like, this is this knot that you use for this. And
Do you
this
still remember
knot.
those knots? Yeah.
Yeah, they
That's
drill it
cool.
into you.
That's great, dude. I think that's awesome.
I don't know what they're called, but I can do them.
You got some survival skills.
Yeah,
Do you still have your kit in your car, your truck?
my kit.
A kid in his trunk? Is that what you said?
Kit.
Oh, a kit.
Kit. Like
Okay, good.
like your. We used to have like all kinds of like I've got a tourniquet in my.
Oh, I keep a tourniquet in here.
See what it is.
You never know, bro. These lights.
We make fun until we need
have
it,
it
I
right
guess. Yeah.
That's true.
And then we're like,
But yeah, I do have all that in the car. I do have an emergency medical kit.
Yeah,
That
I
just
got
in
one of
case you're
those.
driving and something you pull up on something,
Yeah.
you go, yeah, you know what? You
should.
I mean, a tourniquet is such a basic piece of. You can get a cheap one from China. It may not be the best, but it works. You can
And
get those for a couple dollars.
One of my the best thing I got this Christmas was a cheap version of it, but it's still useful. It's one of those air. It's not a compressor, but it will blow your tire up for you. If
Oh,
you're
yeah,
on-
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a roadside.
that you put into your cigarette lighter or whatever,
Yeah, exactly. Which,
or a car charger, as Garrett. would
or
call it.
or you just charge it up and it runs on the battery. I haven't tried it yet. I hadn't had to use it, but I think that's cool to have too. Just because you
Yeah.
never know.
I got a big air tank in the garage that I love.
That's
using.
cool.
It's not. Yeah, it's nice.
An AirTech, like a compressor.
Yeah.
What do you find yourself using it a lot or?
Yeah, because it's like tires always go down. It's got like a really long like hose that you can
yeah.
take out into the out of the
Driveway?
garage.
And
into
you
the
build
driveway.
stuff, right? So you're using it for
I
nail
do not-
guns and things.
No, Lord,
No,
no.
I thought
don't.
you.
No.
You just craft candles, not.
I mean
furniture.
candles. Yeah, I
Yep.
don't need air compressors for that.
I love that one you gave
Did
me
we
last
ever
time,
tell
by
you?
the
Did we
way.
ever tell you what we made? I was thinking about. So you can go buy these candle scents online. All kinds of what you think of it, they've come up with it.
Yep.
And I was telling Bobby that one time on the air. I said they make one that smells like feces.
Which of which animal?
I'm not sure.
The human
And-
animal.
And
Because if it's horse poop, I'm a fan.
you are
I am.
okay.
Yep. That's one thing.
I like skunks. I like skunks from a distance.
You really do?
Yeah. When you when you're out in the
Do you smoke the ganj too?
no, I don't. No, I don't. Do you do that?
Oh, a lot of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You look like you look kind of burly. like you honestly do. Like,
He's very, very
like,
granola.
like your
I've
glasses.
dialed back a little bit recently, honestly, just to make sure I'm not killing myself prematurely with the lung capacity and all that. But
Well,
it's been 2 months since I've smoked, and
oh,
I'm totally cool with it. But I do miss it, man. I mean, I'll still do edibles here and there, because it makes me. I like the space it puts me in creatively,
okay.
and I went for probably like pretty hard in the paint, like 5 years of smoking, all day, every day.
So you just
And-
like when you want to get something, you just call Jelly and say, "Hey, get me some."
yeah.
Or
No,
Ernest.
I mean I go to California a ton on the road. There's always spots to pick it up. And around here, I mean, even the Delta stuff they sell legally. They're putting stuff in drinks at the gas station that'll get you ripped, and which I think definitely needs to be a little better regulated. I'm a huge fan that
they sell beer at
that's
the gas
accessible.
station.
I'm
I
a
mean,
fan of it. But yeah, I know
Well,
that's
beer's
true. It's the
probably
same
worse.
thing.
I also think it's interesting
But
to see
one of these drinks, though, for real, 45 minutes in, you're going to be ripped. So I don't know that you could be ripped in 45 minutes off beers. You know what I mean? So
Gotcha.
that's the only difference for me is it the intensity of the high from these drinks that they're selling at the gas station and how quickly they kick in. Seems like it could be a little bit dangerous.
That,
but I'm a fan. So
going back to the firefighter stuff, you wouldn't believe how many people are so schnockered in traffic next to you. We'd pull up to wrecks, and they're high or they're drunk or whatever. One guy pulled over one time just onto the side of the road. They thought he was dead. We show up. He was basically
Passed out.
Passed out. But his heart rate had dropped almost completely from opiates. I mean, but 2 seconds before he was driving in traffic with you. I'm going, oh,
Wow,
gosh,
dude.
man.
That's wild.
Yeah, you don't realize how bad it is.
Hey, what do you think the percentage are of musicians that use some kind of substance?
Nowadays, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, most of my friends smoke weed at some level, or partake every now and then.
I remember listening to music, even country music, growing up. Like I was very straight, like never did any of that stuff, and was in the household. It was just strictly forbidden. But hearing like songs talking about smoke and drink and smoke, and I was just like, I always thought it meant cigarettes, but it was never about cigarettes.
Yeah, no, it's kind of always been.
It's always been in the music world.
It has.
Any art.
Yeah,
really,
well,
any
and that's
art.
why, and that goes back to why I like the impact that it has on me creatively. It kind of like takes away the inhibitions. You know, you're a
Have you
little
ever
more
done
uninhibited.
mushrooms?
I have. Yep.
What's the difference between mushrooms and
Not a
pot?
lot, to be honest with you. I've only done the micro dosing version of it, so just little caps, or chocolates, and
So when you say what microdoses,
so like very small amounts.
so caps are like the cap of the mushroom.
Yep.
Okay,
And
so you just eat, and it's like that big or something.
well, there's different sizes, and I've taken.
Are you
I've only
literally
done that a couple times.
Are you literally eating a mushroom?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
And I was already weed high at the time when I tried them for the first time, so it was a little bit. It was just like icing on the
What's
THC.
but what's that stuff that you were talking about?
So I
the
couldn't really tell you.
ayahuasca.
No,
yeah.
ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca.
I told you I don't do anything, but I want to do the ayahuasca deal because, like, you're smiling. Like, have you
No,
done
I
it?
haven't done it, but I'm intrigued.
That whole DHT, like the
Like what Aaron Rodgers did.
yeah, Aaron Rodgers. A lot of military guys have done it, and a lot
For
of first
PTSD.
responders and all that.
Oh, man,
yeah,
yeah.
and they're all like, yeah, man. It's like you come out. A lot of these guys are like they did it. And they used to smoke weed and all that every day to kind of numb things. They're like, no, man, after doing that one time, it's life-changing. I haven't touched anything.
Wow.
They're like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of this.
I
They're
mean,
all
how do
like-
you argue with that? It's pretty cool.
But apparently you poo all over yourself. And you
crap
puke
yourself?
Yeah, that's part of the
I
deal.
can make a candle about that.
So
Part of the healing, man.
there was this girl that I
Part
had
of
met.
part of the healing.
I had met this girl on one of the apps, and she was like Brazilian, and they have this ayahuasca like getaway, and I'm like, man, this is very tempting. But the problem is, I don't want to go to Brazil and disappear into the Amazon, never to be seen
Dude,
again.
we're watching this series right now. It's apple cider vinegar. Have you seen this? It's pretty great. It's about this chick who faked cancer and built this whole empire on this whole food pantry app platform and made millions and was faking it the whole time.
Is it a real thing?
It's a real thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which sucks. That those kind of people are out there. But
They are.
There's this one girl in the series that goes and does one of these ayahuasca kind of things in Peru, and her first like 24 hours she feels nothing from it. It does nothing, and so then you have to keep watching, and then she has like her conversion moment, and it works. But before she has the conversion, she has to decide, is she going to stay longer? And the lady's going around with her card reader, like swiping the credit cards of these people, who are paying thousands of dollars probably for this experience. And so it just makes me think, I wonder
It's like a
how many
business.
people pay all this money to go do this big,
Yeah.
healing journey and never really get anything out of it. There's definitely some marketing going on there that,
Yeah.
I feel like is not justified.
It's tied into
But
it's tied
you
into
should
the
just suss
series you just said.
Suss it
She's
out.
faking
If you're
it.
going to do it, there's probably ones
I'm
that,
not. I say I want to do it, or I would do it. I don't know if I would ever.
well, you don't need
actually
it. Sounds
do
like, I mean, you have no vices, so.
That's the weird thing. I need a vice.
You need a vice?
Cookie dough.
gotta
Did
clear
you
your
see
head.
the
Yeah,
Oreos
that's
in the
a-
break
yeah,
room?
so-
Yeah,
that's true. So that's the bad thing is like people who don't have vices, we turn to food. No, you laugh, whatever. It is true.
I hear you.
It is true that comfort food, that whatever, when you're just like you're feeling bad, you're feeling good, whatever it is, you're like, I need to find a little spot here. And
I mean,
the food
you're
does
not
it.
a puppy kicker. I mean, it's that's okay.
We're so
You know, at least it's-
I had a talk with Granger Smith the other day. I was a guest on his show, and it was super cool. And he's
Love Granger.
such a good guy. And as he was asking me something, I don't remember exactly what he asked me, but in my response, I was saying I feel like this, or when I feel like that, and I used the word "feel" a few times. And he stopped me. And he said, you just said when I feel this or that. And you said it 5 times just now. And he said, his basic rundown for me was like that, and not to go spiritual, take a spiritual turn on you, but
Do it,
I'm
it's
gonna do
good.
it. I'm gonna do it anyhow. Like God's, I don't think that His intention for us is to be feelings based, and for us to make our next move based on feelings. And our feelings can get us trapped. Our feelings can put us in some serious places that we could otherwise have escaped if we had gone to our knowledge, right? Feelings and knowledge are 2 different things. And he was like, what God's power in this situation is that he wants you to know his faithfulness to you in the past. He wants you to know he's capable of doing this, you know,
Right.
for your future. And that helps with your feelings in the present that are hard to sort through sometimes, and that can put you in places of doubt, depression, anxiety. Anyhow, I don't know what sent me down that road, but I felt like that was a message that really resonated with me, and I needed to hear it. And so I'm passing it on. Thanks, Granger, for the wisdom.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
There you
That's
go.
good. That's good.
So feelings.
Are you high right now?
No.
Okay.
No, sir. No, that's you know,
It's good.
that's that stuff that I feel like that's the stuff that matters anyhow more than anything, truly. And you know that. And I'm not going to get all spiritual again, but
You can't.
that's what
all
I'm
you
all about. You know, I just
You
want to
can,
connect.
we're
I want to
good.
connect on real levels with people.
Carson just walked in. She missed
Hey,
out.
Carson.
We've been
What
talking
about-
about ayahuasca and D is I mean
Yeah.
it's been a
You
fun.
ever done
li-
it?
Again, that's
No.
what
Oh my
Would
God,
you?
No.
No.
No,
Oh,
you
it's-
scared of it?
Yes.
What
because,
scares you?
I don't like to talk about bodily functions, but I hear
Oh,
there
yeah.
might be buckets.
That was
Yeah,
your
we
fear.
covered that already.
Yeah, that's what I figured you guys did, and I'm glad I would have left the room for that part of the conversation. You know how I feel about that. So that is what really turns me off. Sure, spiritual quest.
Sure.
I might see a fox, great, but
that's
but
a
that-
loved one.
Fox is the loved
A
one.
fox is a loved one. Yeah, if you
Oh,
see
is
a
that what
fox,
they say? No
yeah.
way.
If you see a fox that's a loved one, just kind of make
So
a
they
little
have
appearance.
like a key that tells you what means what?
Yeah.
you show up with the
That's
laminated
hilarious.
list.
That's so
Yeah.
great.
You just kind of go down the things like
They
bird
wipe
watching.
it off with a sponge when you're done.
What in the world? I love it.
Checking.
But no,
what does-
mushrooms are not that different than THC. Not that different, to answer your question.
Yeah, you can call. Good, nice callback. Yeah. So that's the hardest thing you've ever done is mushrooms.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing anything else. I am a
And how do you?
hater
How,
of hard
are
drugs.
you?
Hate it.
So do you go out and find mushrooms, or do they sell?
They come to me.
I had a friend who grew them in his closet. He built this man, it was a plexiglass
Wow.
like terrarium, and
yeah.
he grew them in his
Yeah.
closet. He ordered the psilocybin
Yeah.
stuff, and he grew them. And like
That's
literally,
impressive.
he had a little thing that would lift, and he would have to shut the closet behind him so it would stop. He would turn the air
bizarre.
conditioner off so it would not taint any of his growth. Dude,
Dude.
you know,
Yeah,
I've
that's
got-
a respect. I respect.
so he would
Yeah.
flip up the little glass, and he would do everything with
A
gloves.
true
and-
horticulturalist.
Right.
I mean, he took a lot of pride in
No
that.
doubt.
I'd lick a frog once.
Oh, like one of those Amazonian frogs.
I would.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
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 Their skin secretes some sort of.
You can
Oh,
get
they get you high?
you can get high.
Yeah, and
From
so you
licking a
hold, and
frog?
so you lick the frog outside of the frog.
It's a hypnotoad.
Hashtag lick the frog.
It's a hypnotoad. Anyone?
Hypnotoad. Nice.
I don't know what to do after that.
I don't think I'd lick the frog. No. Mm-mm.
you would.
No, I don't think I would. I'd rather it like be put in a, I don't know, just put it on a napkin and I'll dissolve it in water or some dissolvable paper. Like rub the dissolvable paper across its belly so it's on there.
Okay,
You know, like edible
Oh,
dissolvable
that's an
paper.
yeah,
that's a thing.
No.
Oh,
I'm just
we're
inventing.
making
No,
it.
there
we're
is
making it
edible
up.
paper. People
there's
use it
there's
in
edible paper.
baking, decorating
Yeah,
stuff.
There's
Yeah.
edible glitter. My daughter loves it.
Yeah.
Puts it in her fairy dust drink. Yeah, dude.
How old are your kids?
Virginia's 5, and Ramsey just turned 3. So Virginia's 5.5, and Ramsey is 3. He just turned 3. We went to the water park at Opryland. That thing's awesome.
Oh yeah. But it's the difference.
waves.
The difference between the boy and a girl's
It's crazy, bro.
it's wild.
It is completely wild. It's cool to see and witness. And I have a special connection with each, but they're totally different. You're right. Yeah. He's a wild man.
The difference between not even boy and girl, but the difference between, because I've got 2 girls and a boy, the difference between my 2 daughters is so different. Like you
it's
wonder how, because all 3 of my children are very different.
Birth order, man.
Birth
order
order-
I
is a
believe in that,
lot.
man.
Birth order is very interesting
Yeah.
because
I
the,
do.
the
Yeah.
first
Believe in that.
one is usually like well behaved. They're
Every
Because
parent
the parents
will
are
tell
harder
you
on
that.
them. Yeah.
Every parent's like, yeah, you were. My mother's told me you were great, so we went back for the second. We stopped because look at him.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's because you get tired as a parent, you know? And by the second time around, you've been there, done that. You take things, it's not as stressful as far as like, you're not as worried about the things, so worried about the things you were on the first go around. So you're a little bit more lenient. First go around, you're a lot more strict. That probably ties into, them, the firstborns being more well behaved because we're a little bit more strict as parents on
the
them.
second one is a little more risky because they haven't been held
They
back.
can get away with stuff a little bit.
And you don't have any pictures of the second one.
Yeah.
The first one you take pictures
Oh,
all
I
the
thought-
time.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
The second one you don't take
Yeah,
as many pictures.
that's so
Dude,
true.
when you have 3, you're like my son. He doesn't have any pictures.
Yes, no. We don't even know
sure
his
he
name.
exists.
Where's that one guy?
No one's ever seen him.
Where's he at?
Frankincense. Justin Sotheby says frankincense candles. Bring them back.
Oh, frankincense?
Yeah.
So what? Oh, like
Yeah,
the Harry Potter jelly beans.
So yeah, that's how
Candle
we
version.
started talking about that. There's those that game where you take the jelly beans and like, oh, this tastes like, is it gonna be watermelon or puke? That kind of thing. And so I made candles. Half the candle was poop smell.
Oh, but beneath the layer, like a layer down.
Halfway through, so I would pour half of it and then let it.
You're a savage.
And then let it set
You're a
and,
savage.
and cure. And then on top, the second half would be orange.
Cure the poo first.
So so halfway, so you would smell and you'd be like, oh, this is like, oh, it's an orange candle, and so they would light it.
So eventually it
and
smells
then
like poop,
eventually
poopery, orange
right,
citrus.
we call it citrus, and so and so eventually they'd be like, one day they'd be like, God, what is that smell? I mean, it's not the orange candle. What could that be? And so Bub was like, dude, that's smart. We're gonna sell these.
Do you sell them? The citrus?
Oh, let me tell you.
Is it called citrus?
Yes. Yeah. And so I'm like, I ordered the oil for the candles, both
Where do you order poo oil?
online. You can get anything.
Well, actually, aren't they putting beaver taint in food and stuff like that?
I don't know what you just said, but yeah. Anyway, so I ordered the oils and had the soy wax
Man,
and
guy.
made them. Dude,
who'd you get?
I got through. How many did I end up making? 9, I think total. 7.
It was 9 or 7. No, I think it was 9. We gave 2 away, and then we were going to auction the other ones off. Justin says he still has his. He won. Won
Justin.
one.
Yeah, he paid for one, and they're
Yes, he
they're
did.
very unique. Like they're
paying
very
for it
unique.
now.
There's none of them left. I was making them in the kitchen, like I do all the candles.
Ew, dude, that smell.
My oldest son was upstairs in his room and comes out and goes, "What is that smell?"
Like raw sewage? Like
Oh, it's
nasty?
bad. It's
Where do
really
you get
bad.
that? But where do you get that oil? And what is that called?
It's
shit-
online.
Beaver taint.
Yeah, exactly. No, what is it? What is it?
Well, you can go to I don't remember the site I went to and got it, but
But you can buy oil that smells like shit.
yeah.
Shit oil.
Yeah, you can get
They call
anything
it
you want.
shoil.
Shoil.
You can get anything pretty much anything you want. They'll say, now some of them will be a little chemically. I mean, at that point, who cares? But anyway, I couldn't get through. I had to go take them outside and finish the ones.
But I
because
love
then
it
they
as a
had
prank.
to
That's
cure.
great.
So then they had to cure, and so they just sat outside on the deck, getting hardening up, and then I had to come back in, bring it, and then I had to do the orange on top of that, and then just having them in my car.
Oh, brother.
It would just it would permeate. I'm sure Justin probably's like, yo, yeah, you can smell it.
Yeah.
You can. Is it like? It's,
Didn't we have one in Garrett's office for a while, and it?
Yeah,
It'll leak.
You left a couple in here, and
It'll
I
leak.
had just started working here, and I was back here, and I'm like, should I keep working here? Because
It's like
It
open
stinks.
sewage.
I ended up taking. I had, I think, 3 that were ended up. Finally, I had left.
Did you ever gift one to someone?
I left them at an ATM,
What?
like.
At an ATM?
Yes, like a kid you don't
What do
want.
you mean? Where'd you put it? Like, where'd you set this? How did you have room at the? Where was there room at an ATM to set?
Right on the thing where it was right in front of a Publix.
Where the keypad is?
Yes, right in front of a
You just
Publix
put
in
3
Brentwood.
citrus
If
candles.
someone's listening,
And they
if,
were.
if,
That was
if,
the name I wanted to call them.
It's a
Citrus.
beautiful name.
If like maybe I don't know how many years ago that was, but if you're at the Publix grocery store in Brentwood, Tennessee, when you walk in, there's a trash can, and I was going to throw them away. I'm like, you know what?
You know what?
Let's let this gang keep going. And so I put them on the keypad area. They're little metal cannons. They're cute looking little
And
things.
if you open it up, and you're gonna
It
smell
smells
the
like
citrus
orange.
at
Yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah.
For real, you don't smell any
No,
leakage.
Actually, there's a lot
How's
of
that
leakage
possible?
apparently now because Justin says it smells bad, bad, bad. I have mine triple bagged.
Justin, throw it away.
Hey Justin, would you call? Hey Justin,
Justin.
call us.
Yes. I wanna hear it.
1-800-667-8686. 1-800-667-8686. Call us.
Oh
we
my
want to.
God.
I absolutely want to talk to you about this. Is like the mad scientists finding out that one of their creations
Yes,
is living
dude.
in the wild.
That's
I want
right.
I want to see how my children
And
are.
I hope these Publix Brentwood shoppers call. I hope someone is hearing this right now.
I
and like,
felt
oh
that it was
my
especially
God.
for those who don't know, Brentwood is kind of a hoity-toity area of Nashville.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's actually a bonus for you.
Oh, it is.
you
It's
got
like
'em.
kind of like me, like kind of eat the rich kind of deal.
Got him.
Get him. Yeah, I would love to hear.
Yeah, he's not calling yet.
Okay. But yeah, we did that.
Probably at work.
He probably logged off to go deal with the candles.
Yeah, they do leak. Apparently, they've got a little bit of a leakage going on there.
Ooh man. Wow.
No,
You are a savage.
I need to
so.
get back into some candle. I haven't made some in a while. I need to start making some more
Is that him
candles.
on
Well,
one?
you can-
All right. Justin, welcome to the show, man.
What's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
So, triple bagged, really? Is that necessary?
Yes, it is. There's no citrus smell anymore.
No.
Pure
So
citrus.
you burn through the top layer?
No.
No, I waited too long to actually prank somebody, and the secondary smell is now permeating through the top layer. So there's not really any citrus left. So I don't think I'm going to be able to prank them. I'm probably going to have to toss them eventually.
Oh,
Well, no, don't just toss them. Go
gotta
find an
burn 'em.
ATM.
I'll go set up a shrine around an ATM because I believe I actually have 2 or 3 of them.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
wow,
Yeah.
Justin.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. I don't know what other scents do you think would be good for this, Justin? Like a candle, like a
Man,
different, not necessarily a prank one, but like a scent that no one makes. I did a bread one once, a bread candle.
Oh,
Like
I
sourdough?
like bread.
Yeah, it was like a fresh baked bread.
I don't
candle.
like Subway bread. That is.
Really?
I mean,
You like that smell?
honestly, I
Yeah.
like your
Oh,
idea
I
of
don't.
the
It's
corn
I don't like it.
in the
weird.
corn
It's
can.
very weird.
Yeah, I did a corn. I have corn, and so I had a corn can, like the can of corn, and cleaned it out and put a wick in the bottom of it and poured corn flavored wax into it.
What did
Clever
what
is
did, what did
that?
that smell like? I
A
mean, obviously
corn?
corn, but
Did
what
it?
kind of? We're talking about like a sweet. like
Yeah, it's kind of a sweet corn. Yeah, I also did the same thing with a jar of grape jelly.
Oh, that's cool.
And left the label on and cleaned it
Nice.
out and then put that in there, and it's a grape, and you got the lid and everything.
That's pretty intelligent.
It's pretty, yeah. It's a pretty neat little.
Do you find though
thing.
that food scented candles make you hungry? That's some of the issues I have
I
with burning
bet-
like
yeah.
creme brulee or caramel.
That'd be
used to-
smarter for the restaurant industry, though.
We used to do cookies
See,
in
what
here.
you should do is
Yes.
make one that smells like burning off tires.
they
and I
make
can,
they
I
have
can
that.
burn it around at the car show.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. They
They'll be
make-
like, "Who's burning their tires?"
who's doing that right there? Dude, that's an awful smell. I don't like that
I
smell.
love that smell.
I like
you-
it too because I went to NASCAR as a
I do,
kid.
too.
Tons of NASCAR races. I love that.
Justin, do you have a car like you got a souped up car or something?
Yeah, I got a 1989 Nissan Skyline GTR. The first year of the
Oh,
R32.
that's right. Yeah, that's
Dude,
right.
Nice.
Yeah. My oldest son, I've showed him your. It's on your on your Twitter, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on my Instagram.
Instagram.
At Southern Pro.
Yeah. It's sick. You ever seen the Skylines?
No.
Oh, they're pretty cool.
What kind of car?
Yeah, I wanted one since I was about 15 years old and was playing Gran Turismo and was like, what's this car that nobody can beat?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, they were. It was the Godzilla before, like anybody.
Before the Z or whatever.
So
What
it was really popularized by Fast and the Furious.
Okay.
And who was it? Was
it
it Paul
popularized
Walker?
by Fast and the Furious, but before that, it was popularized because they entered Group A racing in Australia, and it won every race it was entered in, first, second, and third place over 4 seasons, and then they banned it from competition.
Oh wow.
It's like the old Ford GT.
That's ridiculous.
It's
Yep.
do you
Yep.
yours is a what, an 81 you said?
89.
89.
89, okay.
So
Yeah, they
what kind
came
of
from the
horsepower?
factory with an inline 2.6, all-wheel drive, all-wheel steering, and twin turboed from the factory.
From the factory twin turbo. Do you
Yes,
have
sir.
is your
30 years ago.
Are you I know. Do you have
When they
your
built cool shit.
are your turbo inlets, are they out of your headlights?
No, I do not have a headlight intake. I just went with the HPS hardpipe kit on mine.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but
Me neither,
Sounds
D.
fast.
It's just it's a fancy intake instead of the intake box.
have you seen the Chevelles
You
where
got
they,
dual pod filters.
you've seen the Chevelles where they'll take, because the 70 has the two lights on each side, and they'll take the one of the, I guess the 2 inside lights out and use those as
Yes.
turbo intakes.
Like they do for the Dodge Demons.
Oh, do they?
They make that for my
Yeah.
car as well.
And
I
the
just
Hellcat.
don't like the look of it. It's because I like the symmetry of the 2 headlights that look the same.
Yeah.
Because if you do that intake one of your headlights looks different.
We went from candles
Yeah.
to cars.
Yeah, and
No.
we're in deep now.
It's the best. Hey, Justin, it's good talking to you again, brother. Thank you, man.
See you, Justin.
Hey, good. Have a good day.
See
Later,
you.
guys.
Bye. Also, speaking of triple bagging and smells, if you don't have an ozone generator, you should get one.
Yes.
Tell me more.
An ozone generator is what they use like in crime scenes when bodies have been decomposing and there's that smell. And so they go in and it's it just creates ozone.
Like ionized.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's a little unit about yay big or so. And you plug it up and turn it on and leave. You can't be in there when it's doing it because it's bad for your lungs.
Oh.
And then it kills all that whatever. I don't know the science of it.
Bacteria or something, maybe?
Yeah,
It
I
kills
guess.
anything living, like because it breaks things down at a cellular level.
So you don't
Wow.
smell it. So
So-
you put them in your car. If you get like a musty smell in your car.
Or if maybe somebody smoked in your car that
Yep.
you didn't want.
It
the
takes that out?
Yeah,
No
car
way.
dealerships.
Yeah.
Car dealerships use them every day.
Okay.
Oh,
What's
every
a
day.
unit run?
Oh,
$90 maybe.
Oh,
Not
cool.
even. I
Yeah,
thought they
I
have
was
some
How
gonna
long
say
do you have to
cheaper.
be out of the house?
Out of that. Well, okay.
Well, if you do it in a car, that's a smaller
It's like
area.
30 minutes, 15,
Yeah,
30
you just
minutes?
open your doors and let it
Oh,
left
okay.
out.
Can you
It's-
rent those?
Yeah, you
Because
can.
I
I'll
feel
rent
like
you
my
one.
You can do big
car has
ones.
smelled like weirdly musty lately.
I'll just bring mine in. You
There
can
you
just
go.
use it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
While during the show, would you just put it
Yeah,
in
I
your
would
car
love that.
and
Okay.
then just let it air out
Thank
or
you.
whatever?
Also, just check for a citrus candle in the trunk.
But yeah, like Big D said, you can't just get back into your car immediately after
Okay.
because you have to go in and open all the windows, open all the doors, and let it completely air out.
Yeah.
And you even want to run your AC as well.
It'll kind of get all into your, because when you have that ozone going, you turn your car on and the AC, it'll get all into your system
Cool, man.
and clean all that out as well.
Are you sponsored by this ozone machine? or
No,
what?
but I know somebody who used it for pest control. They had mice in their walls,
In the wall.
Really?
and
Ooh.
it killed the mice.
It killed the
that-
mice.
It really?
Yeah,
Genius.
yeah. I don't
and
know.
then the smell got worse.
Right, because then you have mice.
Well,
in the
that's why you have an
walls.
ozonator. I don't know the
So
I don't
they
know
just
the rest
keep
of the
the
story.
dead
But
mice
they
in there?
stopped hearing the
Decompose?
mice. They never heard them again, and I don't remember him
Or it may
saying
have just-
anything about the smell.
They may have just bolted.
But
like
I would
left.
think maybe too, like with like bugs or something. Wouldn't that work for that?
I don't know.
We came home from a vacation. We were only gone. We were on like 5 days, but on day 4, my sister who lives in town went to. I had an issue with my truck key. I was playing. We were at a playground in Ohio visiting family, and I was going down a slide with my son, and I was at the top of the slide, and I wear my keys on my side of my pants here with the carabiner.
Yeah.
They're just always hooked to a belt loop. and I wasn't paying attention, and one of the keys was hung up at the top of the slide, and as I was going down, that sucker bent pretty bad, and I tried to straighten it back up, and it snapped. So I was like, okay, we're not going to be able to get home because it was
Yeah.
we were supposed to
What a
leave like
weird-
2
what a-
days later. So
Yeah.
my sister
Weird
goes.
situation.
It's totally weird. My sister had to go to our house to get me a key to overnight it. So she goes, and we had been gone only 4 days at this point, and she walks in, and there's all the way to the front door. There's a path of maggots crawling
Oh no.
from the front door to the kitchen trash. And because this is, not to get disgusting, but we've already talked about shit smelling candles. This, it doesn't take long if you leave a dirty diaper in a trash can, it does not take long to
It's a
have,
worse smell,
have
too.
maggots infesting your house. And it was literally, that's all it was. We had maybe, I don't know, just regular amounts of discarded food, but that wouldn't have done it. It was the shit diaper that did it. And we were so disgusted. My sister was so disgusted. She's the one that found it, but we could have used your little ozone machine.
Did you have to
'cause
call
we
someone
came
to come
home
in and do that?
Well, we did. My mom, who lives down the road, offered to like at least get it somewhat in shape before we got there, so that we weren't so it didn't get more out of hand.
That's nice.
And but first I had a company come over and spray. We have regular pest treatment, so they came first and did their thing. But we kept finding dead ones, for a few
gosh.
days.
Wow.
Yeah, they'd be in different places of the house.
By the way, I looked.
It was disgusting.
The ozone generator won't kill mice, but it does deter them. They don't like
That's
it.
what
so
happened. They ran
leave.
off.
They ran off.
It will kill bed bugs.
Oh.
Come on.
Yeah, so if you have
That's
a bed
good.
bug issue, like you go on a trip and you bring them home,
That's
it will
incredible.
do it. It also will kill fleas.
Come on.
And some spiders are potentially, affected. Roaches
Come on.
as well.
Dude, here's mine. I found it. It's $40 on Amazon.
Send me
Yeah,
a link.
I knew
Send
they
me a
had
link.
small ones, and yeah.
This is a small one. Now
Give
they
me
do
one
make
that'll do
big
the
ones.
house. I want one that'll do the whole house.
Oh, that's like $1,000.
$1,000?
Yeah, they're bigger.
Okay.
Like if you're doing like big rooms and things like that.
Yeah, these are like little small kind of
Okay.
deals.
Yeah, the ones that we have are because I got one because of Big D's having his. I borrowed his. Remember, we put it in my car to get rid of the smell because you've played sports and all that, right? So like your football pads, your
Oh, dude.
whatever, everything
The
smells.
soccer shin.
Yeah, you throw it in a
shin
bag and
guards.
you don't wash it. You put it back on the next game. Firefighting, my gear
Oh, I
would
can't
smell like
imagine.
that. So one day it was so bad, we fought a fire at there was a garbage dump that had caught on fire. So imagine trudging around, you've got
Hot
the smell of
trash.
smoke and
dude.
festering garbage.
Okay, so that's
all
your
over
next
you.
candle scent. Hot trash. There you go.
Oh, that's
That's
good.
it, bro.
hot trash.
Hot trash.
But what I was going to say is I borrowed D's ozone generator, put my gear in my car, laid it all out, and we let it run. Dude, it was amazing.
That's
I went
crazy.
back, my stuff, even after washing it, 4 or 5 times at the firehouse, it didn't get it out.
They're
It
going to
still
put
stunk.
Tide detergent out of business.
Well, it worked, but apparently after reading, it's not good because it can break down some of the
Oh yeah.
Fabric.
for your gear.
Okay.
So they don't suggest.
Yeah. Because
Anyway.
there must be a living organism component to your gear.
I don't know. I
I'll
mean,
tell you-
it's Kevlar.
I'll tell you something else that I have at the house. It's a cleaning subject. Is a what do they call it?
Vinegar.
No, it's used to clean jewelry.
Feet.
Spit.
You guys are not helping me. It cleans jewelry.
Like
and it-
acetone?
No.
Coca-Cola?
No,
Oh,
it's a
that's a good
it's a
guess.
water. It's good. Water goes into this container and it's little tablets,
Holy water.
and and it goes in. It's like zzz.
Moonshine.
It sounds like just like this. Soap.
The water? The
ultrasonic-
water sounds like that?
ultrasonic.
Ultrasonic.
Oh, ultrasonic.
go.
I have an
Yeah.
ultrasonic toothbrush.
Yeah. Is that the same thing?
I don't
I
think
mean,
so.
it's a
that's a-
vibration.
I vibrate.
I
When
think it just means alien tech.
It's a saline. I have one of those. If you don't borrow it too. Yeah, if I can borrow your toothbrush.
Sure, man.
Hey, what's going on with music for you, man? I know you. Thank you so much. You came out and played our show.
Oh, that
the
was
other
so
day.
fun.
I
Wasn't that
really
great?
appreciate. Yeah, it was fun. It was
was
people
really
really
fun.
enjoyed it.
Thanks for having me. The music's going great. The album's really well received. I'm super proud of it, and I feel like it's accomplished what my goal with it was in the first place, and that's to, to have a body of work out there that's something I'm proud of, something that reflects where I'm at and what I wanted to say, and also just keeps me in the game, at a pace that works for me and my family.
I like how rootsy it is.
Thanks.
Chickahominy is, and
so good.
So who owns the music? I
do.
So we can play it.
So
Yeah.
could we play a little bit of it just so
Please,
people
play
can
the whole thing.
I mean, I want to play a little bit. I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but yeah, I mean, I'm going to turn this up.
No, I
because-
own it. This is not. Yeah, this only helps.
Okay, you sure? Okay, it's his.
You got to tell Bubba 4 times.
I'm.
He's going to say, "I'm going to make sure." Here we go. Here it goes.
It's such a gentleman.
He is a gentleman. He is the best.
This is Kanan Smith, Chickahominy.
You know all my secrets. You heard all my prayers. You still hold the can I throwed after I drank my first beer. You saw all them kisses, heard a couple lies I told. And you're the one I ran to after she left my heart cold. And when it came time for leaving, all I was thinking is roll, roll, Chickahominy, sing, sing, sing your song to me. Rock me on your riverbank, hold me while I dream.
Can you lip sync?
Run, run, run forever.
I don't do
One day
TikTok.
we'll get back together. I want it only Chickahominy. I rode this old guitar down every winding road. It hung on my chest and did its best to keep me far from home. Found money, I found late nights, even love a time or two. Oh, but it ain't never made me feel like when I get close to you. So roll, roll, Chickahominy, sing, sing, sing your song to me. Rock me on your riverbank, hold me while I dream. Run, run, run forever. One day we'll get back together. My one and only Chickahominy. Through the walls of all these hotel rooms and places that I sleep, your spirit's like a siren's voice, haunting, calling me. Yeah, roll, roll, Chickahominy, sing, sing, sing your song to me. Rock me on your riverbank, hold me while I dream. Run, run, run forever. One day we'll get back together. My one and only Chickahominy.
First and only song with the turkey solo.
My one and only Chickahominy.
I don't know why we didn't think of that.
It's a jam, man.
Thanks, guys. It's cool. It's fun to listen to in headphones.
What's that?
It's fun to listen to it in headphones.
Oh,
No, I mean that's how we honestly, it's how we closed the mix when we were finalizing it. That's how we did it.
close the mix.
Yeah,
God, you're
but it's cool to hear it.
so
Just,
sexy.
I haven't listened to it in headphones since then.
close the mix.
Close the mix.
Close the
Can you
mix.
say that? How deep can you talk? To
How
close-
deep? Not very, especially right now. This is.
Are you high?
No, I'm not, and that's
you
why I
low?
can't. But that's
Are
why
you
I can't.
low?
Since I stopped smoking over the last 2 months, my low register's gone, and I don't know. Plus the kids at home have all kind of viruses all the time, and I'm always fighting whatever they're fighting. But
You're getting a little bit there. I heard it.
yeah, I have some of the. I
You
used
should
to
hear
be
my
able to
dad. You should hear my
be
dad.
lower.
My dad's voice is so deep. It's insane.
Like that actor,
James
Sam.
Earl Jones.
Yeah, him, and then Sam or
Sam Elliott?
Sam Elliott. Yeah.
Big D's
yeah,
dad's
it's
deeper.
It's deeper than that.
It's deeper than
Big D's
Sam
dad
Elliott.
talks and literally dolphins and whales beach themselves. It's crazy. Hey.
Oh man, it's and the weird thing about his voice is that it's deep, but it's also loud. Most times when you hear deep, it's so you get like what?
It's deep and wide.
Deep and loud, deep and wide. It's a wide, deep. What is how's it go? Wide
There's a fountain.
and deep. A fountain.
Deep
That's
and
a
wide.
fountain.
Deep and wide. There's a fountain.
Did you grow up in the church?
flowing Deep and wide. I did. Yep. And it has like the foundation of my faith. I'm very grateful for that. I did grow up in the church. There was also parts of the growing up in the church that were a little bit damaging to as an adult when I'm looking back on some of the control tactics that
Snake
whether
handling.
they meant to do it or not. There was just some humanity that was not pretty that was part of it, and but You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, as they say.
Do you know where
gotta-
that comes from, that phrase?
No, wild. I've always wondered. And
So back in the
sounds
day,
pretty freaking wicked.
yeah. So
to be
back in the
honest with you.
day, they had one basin that they would, and they all took a bath in the family once a week, or whatever the time was. And so the father would get in first because he was the head of the family, and so he would, and then the mother.
He got the clean water.
He would get the clean water, and then it went to
nice.
the mom, and then it went to the oldest. And so as it got down, the water would become so dirty and murky
Gosh.
that you could have a baby in there and not even know there's a baby in the water.
They were drowning?
So they would say, don't throw the water out, don't throw the baby out with the bath. There's a baby in there that looks like it's just water. But
Was
there's
it underwater?
No,
this baby?
no, goofballs. I'm saying.
Just saying.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. And also, it sounds like they could have used the ozone machine back then.
Get rid of that funk.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
I'm so glad for indoor plumbing.
The pioneer funk would have
Dude.
been something.
Indoor plumbing is wonderful. Air conditioning, however, changed the world for the worse. I think,
What
and I
did?
really,
Indoor plumbing, you
no,
say?
indoor plumbing is wonderful.
Indoor air conditioning?
Air conditioning, I think, really ruined us. It's wonderful. I
Okay,
love
I
air
hear you.
conditioning.
I hear you.
Climate control took us from being able to
Sissies.
handle. Yeah, we are way soft.
Dude, I don't disagree. We went to Costa Rica, and this was, I don't know, 5 years ago. And online, this place looked like, a really decked out villa. And we didn't know that it didn't have AC.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't mind it because it made us open the windows and just, even at night, a little bit of that kind of thickness in the air made you kind of like a little more appreciative or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
So I kind of like that idea.
Where
Maybe
you're like, I love America because
yeah, I
we
love
have air
America, and
conditioning.
we also woke up with bugs all over our food.
I was
and
about to ask if you had screens. No.
No.
Oh.
That was the
No.
same thing in Paris.
Oh,
We
I
were-
would have turned around, and got back on a
No,
flight.
that's part of it.
We did the whole Parisian experience where you stay at a local hotel, not a chain. So
Yeah,
you stay
that's
at,
right.
So we did that, and they didn't have air conditioning.
And it
They-
was fine though, right? I mean,
No, it was hot. It was
Well,
in
it
the
was
middle
hot,
of a
yeah.
heat wave. It was 103 during the day. I'm like, this is terrible.
Oh, my gosh.
But they have fans. I mean, do your
doesn't
best.
blow well.
I know.
And it just blows hot air.
It hot
just
air.
We
blows
slept with
flat
the-
out.
But
blows.
it was interesting because we slept with all the windows open. They don't have screens. You just open them up and you look out and,
you don't
everybody's got their
You
windows
don't really
open.
get
and there's-
relief until right before sunrise. Right about 5 a.m., you're finally comfortable, and it's time to get up.
Yeah, and it's weird because I also think that made us fatter. I think as a society, because we are so comfortable inside, we don't move
I don't
like we used to.
disagree,
We don't
man.
walk. We don't do things. We're like, no, let's just take the car because it's got AC. It's hot
Yes.
today.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Preach.
I agree.
Preach.
I agree, man. The rest of the country, the world is not. Plus, our food is all whacked, though. Anyway,
The
too.
food is the problem.
Golly,
That's a
man.
big problem.
I got a. I was going to bring this up on the air and I forgot. There's a. So I wanted to last night. It was like Thursday. I'm like, I cook all the time, and I was like, I just want to go home and like get like a frozen pizza and watch some college baseball.
Who's
So,
your team, by the way?
LSU
Cool.
for college.
Yeah.
LSU.
Cool. All right, keep going.
And so I go to the grocery store and I'm in the frozen food section. I was like, oh, maybe I'll just make one. They sell like dough and you can do
Yeah,
it
yeah.
yourself. I'm like, I really don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to get a frozen pizza. I get on Reddit and I'm like, what's the best frozen pizza that you can buy in a grocery store? And like the top 5 answers were a thing that I can't remember now. Here it is. Home. Now I have
Not DiGiorno.
Chickahominy. No.
Look, DiGiorno Rising
DiGiorno's
Crust
pretty
does
great,
me
to be
solid.
honest, though.
I
It
mean,
is
that's what I'm
good.
saying. I got 3 of them in my
Don't
freezer
sleep
right now.
on gas station Hunt Brothers.
Oh, I will sleep on that. That's some
Oh.
nasty shit, bro.
Oh,
Are you
what?
kidding me?
Oh, I
You like that?
I like the
oh, no,
Hunt
sir.
Brothers gas
And don't get
station.
me
I'm
wrong,
like,
I like a greasy pizza. I love Jets though. That's my style.
oh,
of
I
pizza,
found it.
bro.
And
Let's
Bro,
go.
swing you by at Costco. Pick
Yeah, I
up
like.
their
Yeah, I
pizza.
like Costco.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Home Run Inn frozen pizza.
Home run. I've never heard of it.
Person says the most impressive thing to me about Home Run Inn frozen pizza is that the parts of the pizza, the sauce, cheese, dough, and toppings are basically just made with ingredients that it takes. The dough is flour, salt, yeast, water, not 9,000 unpronounceable chemicals.
Cool.
Next person, man, Home Run Inn is fantastic. Came here to upvote Home Run Inn
Where do you get it though?
at Publix.
Okay.
Did you get it?
Dude,
I
good.
did.
That's
I've
a
never
great
heard
I
of
got
tip.
2 of them. It was the first frozen pizza that I was like, oh, I get the difference. You
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
Do they make a
it's-
cauliflower crust one too? Do you know? He's like, I don't. Do I look like a cauliflower?
Yeah.
They
crust
might though,
fan?
because
I
that's
don't
real
know.
hit.
I don't.
Yeah.
That's
I didn't
you can
see
buy
that,
so
but-
many of them.
But I'll
that's
tell you
the
this.
problem with those.
I was
They're
getting the
so
one.
small.
I was getting the ones from Aldi, the
this
cauliflower ones, and they're good.
I like
good.
the Aldi ones.
Yeah.
I like
The
them too,
thin
but they're
crust is
so
really-
little.
They are little.
Yeah.
But interesting is that there's a ton of frozen pizzas everywhere. There are very few left of these.
See?
Oh.
It's a hit.
There's only like 3 left. And I
People
got 2
know.
of them.
The
Yeah,
people-
yeah.
Yeah.
It
Schaefer,
was-
are you bringing those Oreos in here?
Please do.
You could bring. He went in there and grabbed them. Didn't bring the rest for
Man.
the class.
Share.
All
Self-centered.
right, here he comes.
Bubba went on been on an Oreo kick.
So I
Yeah, I
had
love
Oreos
Oreos.
for a Super Bowl party at my friend Chris and Stacy's house, and they had these game day Oreos. These right here.
Game day. What is it? Okay.
It's like a football
Oh,
themed
sick.
Oreo, but like the cookie is. Watch, open it up. The cookie itself is a little less dark
Oh.
brown. It's kind of like a lighter brown.
What's going on with that?
It's better.
It is?
Dude, it is better, and I don't even think I don't know if the actual cream part is different, but they're so good. Carson was killing the Post Malone ones.
It's crispier.
There's something to it. It's better.
I was eating the Mega Stuff last night that are at my house, and I might have opened the Mega Stuff, took 4 of them, pulled the tops off, and then did 4 Mega Stuff creams between 2 cookies.
You made
That
a
was
Mega
I
Stuffosaurus
did.
Rex.
It was a little, even for me to chow down. That I was like,
Amazing.
It like because when you go to bite in, it squishes everywhere. But I mean, I powered through. I did it.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Somehow
This is a better
found way.
cookie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a way
It
better
reminds me
Oreo.
of the like my grandma's cookies more than the old Oreos.
There's
do. This
something-
is like that has a snap to it.
Okay, I'll take one more. Do you want one?
I do not
I
know.
can't, these stupid nails keep getting in the way. I can't.
How do you eat your Oreo? All at once?
No.
That's what I do.
Do you?
Pop the
What?
whole thing.
Oh, okay.
It's a 2-biter.
Yeah, I separate them and then dissect it like a
Scrape it?
savage.
You're a
Yes,
scraper?
I'm a scraper. Yeah.
I need one more. Thank you.
Have you tried? Have you tried the Post Malone ones?
No, I didn't know I had them.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
pretty
sorry, I took those.
They're
home.
flavored?
Yeah, they're caramel cream.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I sat in my bed last Friday night because Bubba gave me his, and I put the pack next to me. I was watching the Traders, and all I ate was the cream. I didn't eat the cookies. I
Well,
just
That's
like
a pretty good little sandwich you
Thank
got going
right?
over there right
That's
now.
Not bad.
Actually.
So
Sandwich you can go.
I did, CD. I stacked it.
That's awesome.
That's
I took 3
stories
and
high.
stacked them.
So are you touring much? Are you doing
About
shows?
about to do shows. We don't start till April, but yeah, I'll be out on the road this year. Kind of all over the place. No tour per se. It's all one-offs.
Yeah,
you know that's what works best for us. Is I don't want to. Man, I've spent years and years on the road, and
Did the
I don't want to
music-
be gone much. You know,
Did the music industry kind of burn you?
I wouldn't say that. I would say it learned me. You know.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because there were so many parts of it that were so great, but it also was something that was more. I was letting rule my life beyond what I believe I should let it rule my life, and so now I try to prioritize it a little bit better. I think that's the better way to approach it for me right now is to just make sure that I'm not living and dying by my music or my presence in the industry or my presence in the.
Do you have a chance? Do you have a chance to kind of mentor any artists?
I
younger?
do, dude. I've got. I love the idea of being able to take what I've learned and somehow help the person behind me. You know, and there's a kid named Schmitty who I'm a big fan of, and he's new to town. Just been here a few years. He's a farmer from Minnesota. He's like 10th generation farmer. Or
I like his
something
name.
Like that.
Schmitty is fun.
Yeah, his name's Steven Schmidt, but he goes by Schmitty.
I like Schmitty.
And
He'd like these
I
candles.
found him on Instagram. He had, no doubt. I found him on Instagram. He had covered one of my songs and tagged me, and so it sent me a notification that someone had done that, and I checked it out, and he sounded awesome. He looked cool, and long story short, yeah, he moved to town. He's got a pub deal now with Warner Chappell, and he's about to cut some sides. And so yeah, I definitely try to pass on what I've learned because I've been in the town and in the industry for like 20 years, really. Honestly, I moved here in 2005, and back then, like the chasing down the dream looked and was entirely different than it is now. Nowadays, like I'm getting in rooms with kids that have been here like a year, and are already riding with top riders in town. got, millions of streams on their songs.
One
and it's just-
viral thing can change
it's entirely
the entire
different,
game.
And so some of my perspective may be not as useful in the modern landscape, but the general bird's eye view of how I look at things, I definitely feel like I want to share from that perspective, because at the end of the day, you're still chasing a dream. You're going to have your ups and downs. And so prioritizing it in a way that can help you stay mentally healthy is important, and you're going to need that.
Important to not catastrophize.
What does that mean?
Well, like something doesn't go your way, and it's not the end of the world.
Oh, totally. Yeah, my most unhappy moments in this industry was was on the heels of my number one song, which is crazy to say, but at the height of my career, number one song, that was super awesome. Felt all the highs of a number one, loved it. Everybody's high-fiving. The follow-up single to the number one, not performing the same that one did, and the journey of watching it, it felt like, oh, crap, for a second. If this doesn't do it, what's going to happen? And all I did was look around to my left and right at what other people had that I didn't, or why theirs was working, or why more gas was being poured on this than was on mine, or it felt like. And so, yeah, it's, you could just, it's a dangerous thing to have success in any industry, because it just makes you want it more, I feel like. And that's awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. I want more success. I want a lot more number one songs. If they happen, that'd be great. But I don't live and die by it. And I didn't know that until now. It took me getting through some of that disappointment and discouragement. It took me kind of checking out. And that's how, when you ask, has the industry burned me? No, it didn't burn me. It made me, I kind of did get a little bit chewed up and spit out, it felt like. But not because of anyone or anything, just partly because of how I handled it. Yeah, I do think that, it was on my shoulders.
But also, you can't, how do you prep for that?
You can't. I should have been more patient with the single we were working at the time. It's called Hole in a Bottle. And it was at number 23. And it was looking like it wasn't going to go much further. I had been working on new music in the background. By this time, my Bronco album was almost 2 years old, and I wanted new stuff. And in retrospect, I shouldn't have pulled it. I shouldn't have pulled the single or asked them to pull it because I didn't have a plan going forward. If I had a great go-forward plan, sure, pull it and let's move on. But the plan wasn't in place, so it was a premature move, a little bit of a knee-jerk thing based on frustration.
Yep.
And just being lost and unhappy and not knowing who I was or how to handle it. So
Seems like you know who you are now.
Now I do, and I'm not as I'm not in the game at the level I was then, but I'm very much happier now.
You're living,
and
better.
I still get to do this for a living, and it's a beautiful thing.
And as we heard with Chickahominy, you're putting out bangers. I mean,
Thanks, man.
your sound has changed.
Yeah.
And
Your look has changed.
Yeah, everything.
I lost everything.
Dude, the
My
first
razor.
I'll tell you again,
Get
the
a full
first time
beard
we
now.
reconnected with you, I was like, whoa. Like, because you were clean shaven
Yeah,
and
you
you
guys
had you had the boy band hair.
Yeah, I know, dude.
And I'm like,
I know.
who's this guy?
I know, and I've got friends that still tell me
I
you
like this guy,
need to
though.
clean your act up, but I think I like this guy better too. I like where I'm at mentally, and I guess how I look is sort of just the result of where I'm at in my
I like
head.
those. I would change the glasses.
You would change
Yeah,
the glasses?
I would. Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about your look is your
What?
glasses.
Little Unabomber.
Oh, they are.
That's what it is.
Is it Unabomber or is
But
it
you know what? I
Unabomber?
had other glasses before this.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was it's what's his name?
Yeah, it's a serial killer.
Yeah, the serial
Jeffrey
killer.
Dahmer.
That guy.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, that's it.
Well, here's the thing, though.
When I look at you, I'm like, authorities are looking for this man. That's
He's living in a little cabin in Montana.
But at the same time, this big old windshield is nice because nothing's obstructing my view. I can't handle the little glasses that you see the frame as you're looking through. That's so annoying to me.
No,
So-
I like.
And I had glasses before this. I just never wore them because I didn't have the right pair. They were too small. And so yeah, I went as big. I guess I might have overcompensated a
No,
little
those
bit.
are
but
those
it
are
works.
classic aviators. I mean,
Yeah.
they're totally we're just playing. It's what we do.
Eat our Oreos. Just eat our
I
Oreos.
love these
They're
things.
you can't
It's
stop.
a way better
That's what I
cookie.
said. I was at that party and they had like a big bowl full of them left after the Super Bowl, and I went, "Can I take these
Oh, and
home?"
by the way, I don't know if there's any Chiefs fans, but I loved the outcome of the Super Bowl. I'll just say
Oh, you did?
personally.
Yeah.
I watched the commercials.
Go
Did you?
Birds. No, I don't.
I was there for Travis Scott.
I just think it's good. I don't like when the same
Nobody
people
got
win
that.
every time. I don't like it in the music industry. I don't like seeing the same old thing. It just feels
You're not
like
a fan of a dynasty. I get it.
I don't like Dynasty as much. I did.
You weren't down for the Brady Dynasty era?
Well, I was more like the Troy. Honestly, as a kid, it was Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith. It was a Dallas Cowboys
was a
dynasty
dynasty?
and the Michael Jordan dynasty. I got to be a kid through those two best dynasties ever, and North Carolina basketball. Because my dad's from North Carolina, so I grew up being a North Carolina fan. So it was good times to be young and a sports fan. But I don't know. I think it's good for people to have. I don't know. I think it's good to not win every time.
Yeah.
And maybe that's my own experience in the music industry.
Yeah.
Kind of like, because of where I am now. Like, had I just kept winning, would I have grown? Or would I be who I am now? I don't know.
You wouldn't
No,
have those
you would not.
glasses.
I
You
would have
wouldn't
had what?
You wouldn't be that. You wouldn't be the same person. None of us would.
Would there be a mass manhunt for me right now?
Dude, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me,
You're
guys.
fun.
And the
You
Oreos.
know we
Damn
love
it.
you.
Everyone
love you
needs to
too.
check out Kanan Smith, Chickahominy, the whole album. Everything is there. You can stream it, and you're good to go.
Also,
Love you
booking.
guys.
Booking for us something. Have him
Please
go-
do it. Yeah,
if you got a-
Kincaid Entertainment is my booking agency. And Bob Kincaid is a G. He's awesome. He's been a great partner for where I'm at and just the pace of things right now. And so, yeah.
Are there
love
links?
to do that.
Are there links on your socials to
Yeah.
the bookings and all that?
Yeah, CananSmith.com has it. Has everything
Two
you
A's
need.
in Canaan. After the
Canaan. Canaan.
Canaan.
Yep. So thanks for having me, guys. Loved
Are
it.
you ready for the out song for the AI?
This one
can't wait.
doesn't
Oh, yeah.
change. This
Oh.
one doesn't change. This one is a standard.
Oh.
Here we go,
This was the podcast, but now it's over. But that's okay, because you can listen to the regular show on the radio every day.
It was the Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
The Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast. The Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
The Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Nice. All right, we'll see you